in the test we've written so far, we've only tested what's known as the happy paths. In other words, we've been writing tests based on everything going right. What happens if we supply erroneous data to our endpoints? It's important that we know that our error handling is working too, so we should write tests for those cases. So we're going to start with two more tests to our getItems ID route that we just created in the last video. So since these are fairly easy to create, I'm just going to show you the finished code and just go through an explanation rather than going through it step by step. So the first one you can see down here is called should return 404 if item not found. And this one is designed to test that a valid object ID that's not related to any existing document returns a 404. So how we do this is we generate a object ID, a fresh one, which means that it definitely won't be tied to any document in the database, and we pass that to the endpoint and we expect a 404. Now in the next test, this one is should return 404 for invalid ID. And this is basically exactly the same as the previous one, only now instead of including a valid Mongo ID, we just put a random string of numbers, and again, that one should return a 404. Now up in our post items route, we also want to have a test up there that ensures that if invalid post data is sent, that it doesn't create a new item in the database. Obviously that's very important. So to do this, what we can do is we make a request here and we're just going to send an empty object as the post body. And obviously we're going to expect a 400 bad request to be returned from that. And we'll also need to check the database here and expect to find the database state unaltered by the request. So what we do is we query the database with item.find, and we're expecting the length of the array that's returned to be exactly the same as the seed items array, which would tell us that no item was created. So we can go ahead and test those right now. And there we go. Now we have 6 passing tests, and we've got our happy cases covered and our sad cases covered. So with that done, we've completed the test for these endpoints, and we've completed this module. So as before, I've created a brief survey based on this module. So please go ahead and take 30 seconds to fill that out, as I'd really appreciate your feedback so I can improve this before the final course gets launched. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you in Module 4.